Many students have heard of Turnitin, but may not know exactly what it's for.
I heard rumours about lecturers can find out how you're going to plagiarise because they're going to put against a database which compares essays against the whole world. I never heard about the specific name Turnitin or anything about a website where I could go and get some information about it.
They'd made it out that it was this big deal, because I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard that there's a traffic light system or something like how much is plagiarised. There was an element of it being quite scary.
There's a rumour going around that 20% is sort of what you're allowed to have in your essay. And we haven't really heard back from the lecturers and how they're using it, really.
Firstly, it creates a presumption of guilt on the part of a student, being demanded on pain of getting a zero to upload your essay.
Turnitin is a commercial venture. Every student assignment that goes into its database helps to make Turnitin more successful.
The entire commercial value of Turnitin is based on the strength of its database, not the actual software itself, but the amount of essays that are in there. So when I add my essay, and I have to add my essay, I have no choice about this, Turnitin is then able to add that to its database and resell it. And I never receive any payment for the fact that my work is now being resold.
Students should be allowed to submit drafts, and after that happens, I think Turnitin should be used and then fed back to the students before marking takes place.
I think it would be quite interesting to see on my work how much it thinks is plagiarised, knowing that I haven't actually meant to.
I think that any subject would benefit for it, but I think it would be specifically good for science because science students are really scared of how they can describe a certain process without plagiarizing it from a paper, because there's only a limited amount of words that you can say how a process is done.
We would then know sort of how to improve on the next essay, how to, cite references if you haven't done so as correctly as you could have. And I think that would probably aid you in terms of how you then later phrase your language on essays, and just to help you with your communication skills.
Turnitin offers its own plagiarism checking service, which allows students to submit an assignment and see their similarity index and originality report.
I went on the website and actually I paid for the service and I had my citation checked. And with that, I was able to see the originality report and able to understand how the percentage of plagiarism is done.
There's no 100% foolproof method of making sure that there's no plagiarism, but I think for the majority of people it would create a way of understanding how to make a better essay.
It makes you realise that there's lots of different ways that you can plagiarise, and usually 80% of that, in my opinion, you're actually not aware.